Antonor, and this is Joshua Mayer.
Hi.
And welcome to Reality 17.
Where it's just me, him, and you guys, the audience, taking a break from the world. It's a little inside joke that me and my roommate had. Well, anyway, how have you been, buddy?
I've been good, yeah. Happy to finally be doing this. I just finished up a show.
I know. We were talking about earlier Taming of the Shrew.
Yes, I was actually really surprised we were allowed to do it.
I know. I was watching it, like, when Ty and I were there. That ending, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
How did that pass? Like...
it's a very popular show. But,
I know.
The way we did it is we wanted it to be, really funny the whole way through so you weren't taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And then the ending just hits you.
Right. Well, one of the things that we took away from the show was, at the ending where the men make all the women pull their hands out underneath their boot. Yeah. Well, now my girlfriend has me do that every time I apologize, so now I have to do it. So she has tamed me. I am now the tamer has been tamed. I hope you know.
You were trying to tame women, Josh. I think that's a whole other conversation.
No, they were never. I never could tame somebody. No, nobody could tame me. That's the problem. I was
well, clearly not anymore.
Yeah, no, you know how it is. I'm kind of roped in now. It's kind of like like a cattle. Like now I'm just sitting in the fence now, waiting for my food trough, waiting for attention, waiting to be abducted by aliens.
And that is where we move on. One final note to everyone who worked on Taming the Shrew, if you're watching this. Just know that you were the most wonderful people in the world.
Oh, they were awesome, actually.
They were incredible. Best cast I've ever worked with.
Come on. Aside from me.
It was a three-person cast.
Okay, it was a three-person cast.
But,
we all became friends after that. We'll get to that in a minute.
But no, this was best show I've ever been a part of. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for the experience. And I'm going to stop here before I get all teary-eyed.
Oh, come on, big softy. Come on, let's hear some more love.
You brought up a good point. You talk about Key Issue.
Yes, Key Issue. Speaking of which, that was a film that was inspired off my first novel, which comes out next week, March 29th. Black Bible gets re-released on Friday. So I'm really excited for that. Completely remastered. And first of all, I want to thank my girlfriend, Ty, who is, who helped me all the way through. Who was my editor, my eyes, my ears, my voice, you want me to keep going? I'll keep going.
Yeah, if you're curious as to what we're looking at, it's Ty sitting right there.
Just kind of counting all the things that I owe her for.
And don't forget making sure that our podcast is possible.
Well, yes, this podcast couldn't be possible without her. She's the bomb. But yeah, she helped with the cover. She helped with the content. She helped with everything on that. But back to Key Issue though. So I wanted to. Key Issue was originally going to be a teaser for the Black Bible book, the original version. So
it turned into a short film.
And then it turned into a short film. And you remember that short film I did with one of my friends, right? With Zach, right? With Zach, yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember that night. It was insane. We were hammered. We were hammered making that video. I still have...
You can tell, and maybe at some point...
I still have the video.
We could totally show that at some point. I think that'd be really funny.
I know. It was like, I'm gonna do this shit now. Hey, Cody. Hey, Frank. How you doing? You wanna just take two again? Where's our fried chicken? Our DoorDash is supposed to be...
Oh man, no, Zach's a great guy, and I was really happy.
Well, now
he told me he was.
Now he's missing. I don't see him at all. Apparently, he's living at his girlfriend's. From what I hear, he's living under a rock now, and he has avoided all of the old crew from high school. So, if Zach's hearing this and not dead naked behind a Motel 6, just send us a text, please. I always had that thought. It was a dark thought. Yes.
Okay.
I always said, out of all of us, the one person who's going to end up dead behind a Motel 6 is going to be Zach, because he's just going to drop off the face of the earth, and that's what he's done. And I haven't seen him in months.
I hope you didn't predict that.
No, I hope to God not, but I remember, he came over when we first moved here into the apartment. We were all playing, we were all doing a party, a welcome home party. And I had a bottle of absinthe, and we were all drinking it. Like I was drinking it straight out of the bottle,
Oh my god.
and everybody's like, "Oh, I want to try that." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think you want to." And then Zach, here he goes. He's like drinking like there's no tomorrow, and so is my buddy's girlfriend, Caitlin. She starts chugging it. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day with her kicking me. My bed was still on the floor at the time, so
Oh
she's
my
kicking
God.
me, and she goes, "Fix your toilet." So I roll out of bed and I get up and I go over and she's clogged it. I've got no plunger. I've got no working plunger.
You had, I remember because I met you. Keisha's how we first met. If
Yes.
He doesn't know. I met you and I came over to make dinner one night.
Yeah, so we could watch Sin City.
So you can watch Sin City. Fantastic movie. Love the comic series.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Incredible.
Honestly.
But I go and I look, and we had to go shopping because he had nothing for sauce, no pasta, no nothing. So we went shopping, and so we come back, and I'm looking for sugar because I figured the one thing that everybody I've ever met has in their home is sugar. And I go into the cabinet and says, "Yeah, the spice is in there. I should have sugar." You know. And then I look, there's no sugar. So I had to go into the fridge and substitute apricot conserves or preserves.
It was apricot preserves, yeah.
Apricot preserves, and use that in the pasta to substitute for sugar.
It was actually really good.
I can't make a bad pasta.
I know you can, but like that was, but it ended up like sitting in there for like a month,
Oh my god!
and I forgot like to take it out. So when I had to clean it out, it was not a pretty sight. But anyway, back to that story. So I finally I'm running back and forth to my mom's house, right, to get this plunger, and I come back. I unclog the toilet, and Caitlin and Trevor leave. So I go to sleep. And I'm like sleeping for another couple hours, and I wake up. I'm like, 9 a.m. It's a nice, wonderful day, and all I hear is, and I'm like, great. So now we got another one. I sit up, and I come out of my room, and Jack and my roommate Jack and Zach's ex-girlfriend Jackie were standing out there going, he's sick, and he's like, ooh, and he's shaking like this because he's like, because the absinthe hit him so bad. So I'm like, hey guys, watch this. So I take a White Claw out of the fridge, and I'm leaning in the doorway, and I go, hey Zach, and he looks at me, what? Fuck you!
Oh my God.
So,
is that safe to say? Pro tip: don't just drink straight absinthe.
yeah, pro
Out of the
tip,
bottle?
don't drink straight absinthe with me. Because I'm gonna end up cracking a White Claw up in the morning, or like anything that's alcohol related, just to make you throw up more. But don't worry, I drove him home after that, and I helped him into his bed. So I will torture you, but I will also take care of you.
So you're not a complete asshole.
Well, that's to be debated.
I'm sure we could debate that.
I mean, I am the son of my parents, so
I think a lot of people could say that.
yeah. Well,
I mean, technically, everyone can say that.
well, technically, but
You know what I meant.
we're not gonna.
We're not getting into that.
But there's, never mind. There's okay. There's orphans. Anyway,
They still have parents, just not.
did. Terrible. Okay.
Wait. This is such an old, worn out joke. But why can't orphans play baseball?
Oh no! Why?
It's because they don't have a
Oh yes. We're horrible people.
Yeah, if you haven't learned that by now.
But no, I remember that's so we made the film that night. We were hungover the next day, and I smoked so many cigarettes. I went through a whole pack.
That's what happens when you drink.
Yeah, but like bad. And then I came up with the whole idea with Key Issue, and I wrote the script. I reached out to some people, like, hey, I'm working on this movie, because there's a lot of things going on in my life. I was like, I need to like get my shit together. Well, yeah. I still didn't at the time, but I was trying my best.
A whole bunch, but that brings us to how we first met.
Yes, that is how we first met.
We had a mutual friend who I had just directed a show I was in.
Yeah.
Show got canceled. Won't get into it. But we ended up having a cabaret. It was fun.
It's theater.
It's theater.
It's drama.
Drama happens. But anyways, this friend shoots me a message like, hey, would you like to audition for something I'm helping put together a cast for? I'm like, absolutely. So we go on a Zoom. Now, side note, I hate Zoom. Absolutely hate it. Can't stand it. So many vendettas, particularly from the COVID school years, but that's a whole other thing.
I've had my fair share with
Oh,
that.
man.
Like, I had, like, terrible
So
internet.
I look at the script, I do the typical thing of getting nervous, right? And then we get onto the Zoom call, and the first thing this guy says to me is, "I've dreamed of you."
It was, "I've dreamed of you." And he was like, "What?"
What?
I was like, because my whole idea for Cody Blue, because, like, Zach is like a tall, built stoner. Like, he's like kind of stocky. He's not like muscly, but he's.
I would stand up, but not a lot of room. I stand at about 5'5".
But like, what I wanted was like a mix. I think I've told you this. Like, I wanted a mix of the Big Lebowski and the comic book guy from The Simpsons, because I wanted somebody for the comic book store. Like, worst episode ever. it's
And you know what? I'm not sure whether I should take that as a compliment or not.
I know. But like Cody Blue was like a pirate that was also the comic book guy, and it was just it was like a great idea that we had to go with it, and then we did the film. We shot it at Zombie Planet. And
wonderful comic shop, by the way.
oh yeah, no, that's where I got all my Sin City comics.
That's I got a bunch of Magic decks there.
I know. I had so much fun going there, but like we had the whole thing set up. We had it all filmed. Lots of directors went through that.
5 total.
5? Really? 5?
Yeah, 5.
Shit.
Well, 6 if you count me.
That's true, and including myself.
7 including yourself.
Oh my fucking god, that's true. Oh my lord.
Oh,
That was a disaster.
horrible.
The dialogue was
First,
so quiet. I was so fucking quiet. Like I was trying my best to be like as like cool and brooding, like detective as possible.
and he ended up just being barely audible, and it was so bad. I love this film with all my heart. It was the first time I was ever on screen, right? Love it with all my heart. However, it is probably one of the worst things I've ever been in.
Yes, that one and off panel.
Oh my! No, I liked off panel.
Off panel was a lot more fun.
Of course, off panel was just mostly improv.
It was mostly improv. The writing. Okay, so Key Issue was one of my favorite scripts that I wrote.
It's a good script. It's just, you know what? I would love one day to revisit it.
I would love to redo the story for that, but the only thing is, like, I've got other projects now relating to Key Issue, so I know that there are people who have watched those movies and really liked them, and are looking forward to more of that.
Less than 400, but I won't get
Less
there.
than 400, yeah, but we'll get there. Yeah.
But anyways, what I was trying to get at is your voice. We have this one scene where we went outside for it, and busy road in Albany.
But you have to keep in mind, do you remember that day? I lost my voice.
So he lost his voice, and we were outside, cars zooming by. So all you can hear is zoom, zoom while he's talking. And then it's me, you son of a bitch!
And me going, no, Cody, get the fuck back inside. Get inside.
Oh man, it was so bad. Plus side, introduced me to this guy. He's my best friend in the world. That's why we're here.
Yes, and that's why we're doing this now. I feel like this is so much fun. It's definitely a lot. The production value doesn't have to be like Key Issue, where we had to go through so many directors who didn't know what they freaking wanted.
Didn't know what they wanted, then they hated what the last person did.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to sleep with you.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah. Whole other thing.
This is why I left film. It's because that was a time.
I feel like we could definitely do it again though without all that drama.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree. I'd love to revisit Key Issue again.
It'd be so much fun.
But then again, there's so much more that I've got going on with other projects, like I said.
Yeah.
And,
You know, I've got other projects too.
well,
I'm not a loser who sits on his couch at home and does nothing.
neither am I, so we're good here.
Well, you have a job.
I have a job.
This
How's
right
waiting
now is
tables,
my
by the way?
job. Wow.
Don't worry. When I reach 10 copies sold, I'll let you know.
How about you sell one copy that isn't me?
Okay, that's fine. And I won't upcharge you $25.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, it was $15. I'm sorry. Like I'm doing a book event. Quiet.
Oh my god.
But that's really exciting too because I got a book event coming up in on the 27th of April. So I've got a lot of editing to do. So I've got 5. The goal is to have 5 books there.
Probably not gonna happen.
At best, I think I'm gonna have like 2 or 3.
Hey, that's the world.
Hey, it's fine. But
it's better than having no books to show.
No, I don't want to break Ty or myself, doing it. So I just want to make sure that we've got as much books as possible to sell, and books with quality.
As much books or as many books?
You're talking to a guy who can get Southern. And
you're an author who doesn't have grammar.
Neither do Southerners. Anyway, why do you think Faulkner died of alcoholism? Couldn't figure out his fucking grammar.
What?
He's like, and over there, he goes over there, and they're looking at, oh, hey, you home up Queenie over there, and he's like, well, I wrote another great book. That's not enough whiskey in here. Where the fuck's my whiskey? And so fucking Faulkner eventually died. Most Southern writers end up fucking dying.
Don't most? Or
most of my favorite writers all committed suicide, and by the same way too. As Ernest Hemingway once said, 2 bullets to his mouth. Like that was his favorite quote. It was actually pretty explosive.
I was trying to say that everybody dies, but
brought
it there.
But all my favorite writers ended up blowing their fucking brains out. It's crazy. Like Hunter S. Thompson, he literally went to to settle up his service and stuff like that, and he's like, I want a giant fist in the air, 50 feet in the air, with the Gonzo logo in the air with fireworks and shit. And after I fucking die, and the guy's like, are you planning to do this? Like, are you planning to die? He's like, anytime soon? He goes, yes. And there's
what a response.
So,
that is a
no, everybody I watched this documentary called Gonzo. A great documentary. He's
like the Muppet.
No, well, yeah, kind of. But so Gonzo journalism is like a crazy form of journalism. So it's stream of consciousness. It's like new journalism taken to a level where you're on crack. So he did the book Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He did a bunch of shitty fucking drugs, got his brain all scrambled. So I watched the documentary all about him, and there was this whole thing about how he ran for sheriff, how he helped McCarthy become president. He was on the campaign trail. He was, blathering at Nixon. He was one of the first, political journalists that was just fuck all of you. And now, what I loved about Gonzo was that they talked about, when he did kill himself.
Yes, because that is everyone's favorite part of it.
Well, no, everybody was like, yeah, we all knew it was coming. They were like, yeah, he said he's going to do it. He says, and they were like, there's no way you're going to talk Hunter out of it. And
he was just waiting for someone to say no balls.
No, but no, the real reason why was he says, I don't want to go out on God's terms, I'm going to go out on mine.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, he went out on his own terms, and they all thought that there was somebody at home, and they all thought, he dropped something in the room. It was just him to just shoot himself. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And Johnny Depp was, a big, was one of his closest friends. He actually found a manuscript that was one of my favorite books now, and he told Hunter to publish it. It was called The Rum Diary. Unfortunately, that's where Johnny Depp met his crazy wife on the set when he did the film.
I love
But
that.
Rum Diary was a book that he found in 1997. He was over at Hunter's place. I love the story with how those two met, because he was like, oh, they met for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and he went to this little novelty bar. It was this whole fucking small bar, and Johnny's waiting, and all of a sudden he just sees this wave of blue, and it's Hunter with a cattle prod and a taser in the other hand going, get the fuck out of my way! Get the fuck out of my way! Clearing the fucking path. He sits down, they introduce each other, they go home, and they look up the mantelpiece, and there's a shotgun. He's like, that was a beautiful shotgun, man. And Hunter goes, yeah, you want to fire it? So at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, they take the propane tank and they shoot it with a fucking shotgun. It's hilarious. I love it.
So, okay.
Take it, but that's off topic.
you brought up books. Who is your favorite author?
That's a hard one. For me, there's multiple. Like Hunter S. Thompson's one of my favorites because he was very influential for me. He got me back into reading and writing during COVID.
Right.
I had
COVID.
Oh yeah, no, I was like, so I was watching too many movies with my family, and I was like, I really need to sit down. I want to read. I want to get caught up on my reading. And Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was on the top of my list because I watched a movie during COVID, and I really loved it. And I think it's very underrated. I think a lot of people, it's acquired taste for sure, but it was done by the guy who did Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Like one of the people, Terry Gilliam. He also did 12 Monkeys.
You just reminded me of what's on Broadway, or is it off Broadway right now? It's like in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Spam-A-Lot is on Broadway right now.
No freaking way.
And I had a friend who went and interned as a wardrobe intern on Spam-A-Lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's crazy. So it's based off of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Right,
it's a great show. And when my friend was telling me that they have the scene with the knight who, it's his but a scratch, that scene. And they it's so cool how they do it. It's on stage. They do that, and it's crazy how they do it.
That's awesome. I actually kind of want to see it. I've been meaning to see more shows on Broadway. But back to reading. Yeah, Hunter Thompson was one of my biggest influencers. I'd say for short story wise, of course. I mean, Hemingway's writing style was very influential. God was fucking nuts, but I enjoy it. Agatha Christie. I am obsessed with mystery books. I'm telling you, I love
mysteries.
I love mysteries. Outside of sci-fi,
and Then There Were None is one of my favorite books of all time.
Oh, dude, I blasted through that book. Murder of Roger Ackroyd's my favorite though. That one still has my favorite twist of all time, and it's a book that I can revisit and go, holy fuck, how did you make this? Another one that I really like. My first Christie was Death on the Nile. I like a good travel book, and I felt like, at the time I wasn't feeling so hot. I was feeling like I was down on my low, but feeling like I was in Egypt on a nice little ferry boat going down the Nile. But, occasional gunshots heard on the boat. It's fine. I'm relaxing. Look, a palm tree. Oh, look, the Pyramid of Giza. Who died? I'm like, I don't care.
I have never read Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile's really good. Personally, for me, it's a traditional mystery. It's by the books. It's not like Mysterious Affair South, which is like her first mystery. It's not like Curtain, which is the last one, or like any important ones, or Murder on the Orient Express, or the most iconic ones. But it's been considered iconic as a travel book. But it's, for me, I really enjoy it because it was my first.
I should not have gotten you talking about books.
I know.
We can always change the subject. If I sat here and let him talk about books, we would be here for upwards of 2 hours. Well, at the least, at the minimum.
Yeah. Well, right now, for favorite authors wise, I just finished a book that Ty recommended to me called Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. It was awesome. It was beautifully horrifying. I read the book, and it was set in the future, 2024, this year through 2027, when the world gets hotter, people are on drugs.
Speaking of things set in the future.
Yes.
Again, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
How wrong did Back to the Future get it?
Oh, Back to the Future? Well, I actually have a theory for that. But I'm going to finish Parable of the Sower right quick. Parable of the Sower was a diary-based book, and I was surprised. It's probably my favorite dystopian book. It predates The Road, but it has a lot of similarities to The Road, which Cormac McCarthy's book. It's very post-apocalyptic, but it gives you hope. But anyways, my theory on Back to the Future is that, okay, so you know how in Back to the Future 3, they're at the very end of the movie, the paper that says you're fired disappears, and the whole thing, the whole paper disappears at the end. And he goes, what happened to my future? And he goes, the future's whatever you make it. Now, the guy who was in the future, in the car that he almost hit at the end of the movie, I believe was the boss of him in the future in 2015. So for me, I'm going, wait a minute. What if he completely rewrote the timeline? Because remember back when he came back in time in Back to the Future 2, 1985 was a whole different timeline. So what if he just created a whole new timeline instead? and at the end, the future is whatever you make it. So you don't know what's gonna happen after that.
It's interesting.
So that's why I feel like Back to the Future 2 is so much fun to revisit. It is a cheesy movie, but I feel like
this guy knows a thing or two about cheesy movies.
Oh, yeah, what do you fucking think? I made one. I made 3 of them. 4, 5, 6.
I don't know how many you made. I'm in 2.
Enough to like not have me go to NYU. Enough for Christopher Nolan to judge me and tear my career down in 2 seconds.
My God.
At least I'm not like some people who's like critiquing Christopher Nolan's work and then shows him their movie. Like there's a guy who
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can compare yourself to Christopher Nolan.
No, I'm not.
Not you, but I like in general. I
You gotta have some balls, man, and a lot of daddy's money. But anyway,
oh my God! Wait. So, used to sing for school, my college's pep band.
Yeah.
Right. And whenever we played a rich school, when like one of the Ivy Leagues, like particularly Harvard.
Yes, Harvard. I always have my Ivy League voice put on the side.
Our whole student, whenever they went to Cornell. Oh, Cornell was a big one because we have like the same division.
I'm going to keep talking like this while you tell the story.
Okay, so whenever they go to the free throw, just at least the whole student section and a lot of other students, they just start chanting "Daddy's money" at the guy trying to shoot the free throw.
Yes, that was wonderful.
It's wonderful.
I remember. That was my first year in 1907. When I went to Cornell. I'm much more sophisticated than Ithaca College.
I'm gonna slap you upside the head.
Hey, at least it's not fucking boyfriend ASMR that you did 5 minutes before this.
Whoa! We don't need to bring that up.
Yeah, this is what he was doing. He's put his freaking... He's putting his mouth up to the mic.
Hello, everybody.
No, that's it. Wait.
Okay, no.
I'm out of coffee, which means this cup is about to break.
Okay, no. You want to talk shit like that? Okay, so earlier, I text Josh before we get this started.
Fuck you. Keep in mind, I'm half asleep in a parking lot because I take my roommate to get his eyes dilated, and I'm sleeping. And I text Bryan, you ready for today? And he's like,
and I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna hopefully have Ty throw this on screen, editing at some point. But I texted him that I play rugby for my college, and we're gonna go to a tournament this Sunday in Jersey.
Well, yeah.
But anyways, we had to drop out. But cool, whatever. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Right. But I texted him that, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Is that like a go-away game?" It's like, and I sat there, I was like, "What the hell is a go-away game?" Because like in a way, I've never heard anybody ever say a go-away game.
Well, I'm gonna tell you to go away in a minute, you fucker. Listen, I was trying to say away game, alright? Shut the fuck up. Don't you do that. Don't you Pac-Man voice me. You want a sock puppet version of me? I'll make a sock puppet version of Joshua.
Trust me when I say that nobody wants that.
No, nobody wants that. Josh puppets.
Josh, if you were in a Mario game, you would be Blue Toad.
I would be fucking Blue Toad. You would be Yellow Toad, though.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm serious. You would be.
Fair enough.
Well, I'd say Mario, but...
I am short and Italian.
But you have more of the stature of Wario, I'm sorry. I love those games, by the way.
Oh
you know, there is no Wario Land games anymore. Like, I haven't seen Wario Land. Like, I know they did, like, a recent fan game.
There was a recent WarioWare.
Well, not WarioWare, like Wario Land.
Oh,
so
okay.
Wario Land was, like, the Super Mario Land spin-off for the Game Boy, but it became its own thing. Like, the Deadpool of, like, the Mario universe. And it was, like, an exploring adventure game. Kind of like a Metroidvania.
Okay.
So you were, like, finding puzzles and stuff, and, like, you could never, like, really die. And all the enemies that hit you, you got, like, certain abilities, like in Wario Land 3. Like, if you got hit by, like, a bee, your, like, face would, like, swell up, and you would, like, be able to float. Like, all his abilities come from pain. Wario Land 4, he gets bitten by a zombie, and he can become a zombie, then he just slips through the cracks of the ventilation systems, because he's, like, all mush.
Oh, man. So, the most random appearance, speaking of Wario, The most random appearance I've ever seen him in is, Super Mario 64,
Yeah.
right? The DS version, it's not Mario. There is Mario, but there's multiplayer.
No, I know.
Yeah, but it's so random is that it's Mario, Luigi, Yoshi. That makes sense. And then it's Wario.
Well, Wario at the time has become an anti-hero. Like, he was a rival, but towards the early 2000s, his character was going more towards anti-hero. And then they just completely drop him. Like, he's now just, in no games at all. And Mario is...
He's just there.
And what?
He's in Smash.
I know he's in Smash, but, I don't want to talk about Smash. I mean, the Smash community is just so weird, man. Admit it. Come on. Admit it.
Okay.
Not that Smash community.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
So who do you main in Smash? Because you sound like you got some experience.
No, I don't. When I play Smash,
You
there's
look
certain
like
characters.
an Incineroar man.
Somebody told me that once. I'm not gonna go there. For me, I love playing. I like playing Marth. I like playing Marth from Fire Emblem. Yeah. Marth and Samus. Samus is
Zero Suit or just normal Samus?
Normal Samus. Because her arm cannon.
Dark Samus or normal Samus?
Normal. Yeah. I've played Smash since the original. I actually did play the original Nintendo 64 version. And I played every character. And, Marth was actually originally supposed to be in that, too. In some games, some of those games actually, thanks to Smash, a lot of games got discovered. Yeah. Earthbound, for example. There were a lot of people who worked on Earthbound that worked on Smash.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got to put Ness in here. We got to put Ness in here. We got to get him in there.
And then they put Lucas in the game.
Yeah, and they still haven't released Mother 3 here in the United States. But they have a fan translation and everything. That's a whole complicated history.
Yeah. Which we won't get into here.
No, we definitely
That's something we'll talk about on another show we're going to be running. Retroactive salvage. Boom, look at me. Transition guy.
Yeah, there we go. Retroactive salvage we'll do next week, though, and we'll play the original Earthbound 0, Mother 1. And we'll be talking all about that when we get there.
We're having fun with it.
Just have fun,
I gotta ask now.
Yes.
Looking at me.
Yes.
Question for you guys before we talk about it. Who do you think I main?
Who do you main?
Who do I main?
Oh, God. You're probably a fucking Kirby main, aren't you?
I've been called out.
Everybody mains Kirby. Every dweeb in the fucking world who I've met mains Kirby at least once.
You called me a fucking dweeb?
I'm a fucking dweeb too, but I don't fucking main Kirby. Why? Because the reason why is because Kirby just sucks everyone in, takes your powers, he's broken, okay? I don't need to hear it. He's fucking broken, like Simon, who whips in 8 directions.
I just do down B.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You just turned into a fucking rock.
I just no, we were playing this Smash. It was an 8-person Smash.
Can I just say before you get into this, because you said you just down B, I fucking hate you. Continue.
So we're just playing, and everyone's actually playing, and we're on a stage, 8 people, all in the same room, and I'm just there, standing in the middle of the map, just going. And I won doing that.
You know what? Ty did the same thing. We had a couple weeks ago. We went over to my buddy Trevor's house, and we all decided to play Smash. And she didn't know how to play the game at all, so she decided. So she chose the Animal Crossing villager. She just started hopping around the stage.
Oh my god.
Trevor's girlfriend didn't know shit how to play the game, so she kept walking off the fucking platform. And then there was me and Trevor actually playing the game. And then there's Ty that's just jumping back and forth on the platforms. And she actually managed to win one round because Trevor's like, I'm sick and tired of you fucking beating me. That's it. He goes, you're dead. I'm killing myself. Ty wins! And we're like,
my god.
I play Smash like they play Animal Crossing.
Okay, so I do play another character.
Oh god.
I play Captain Falcon.
Of course you do. Of course.
Falcon Punch!
That's where actually it came from in the game. That's where Falcon Punch was born through Smash, actually. And they had no idea what they were gonna use for Captain Falcon at all. They're like, what's what are we gonna do with Captain Falcon? And
You know-
they
you
just
know who-
invented moves.
You know who I want in Smash?
Who?
Not Waluigi. Everyone's gonna say that. I want Phoenix Wright.
Oh, fucking Phoenix Wright.
Just one. One of his moves would be objection.
Nah,
It'd be like a counter.
Well, they're not gonna put new characters in anymore. But
No,
I think it
'cause
would have been
Smash also
cool.
has a thing.
I think it would have been cool to have Crash Bandicoot.
Crash
Because
would have been cool.
Crash would have been cool because
They
he's
added
old school.
fucking Steve.
They added Steve. They added
Bro, people start playing Fortnite. People start playing Smash like it's Fortnite when they play Steve.
oh yeah. And I'm not a big. I used to love Smash, but I have a hot take. I don't like Ultimate as much as I like another Smash game, and it's gonna rile up a lot of people when I say
Which
it.
one do you like more?
Brawl.
Brawl was the first Smash I ever played.
It was mine too. It was one of my first video games.
I was a Yoshi man in Brawl.
Sonic.
Sonic.
I was a broken character. I will admit, I was an asshole too. It was just one.
Yeah, get a load of this hypocrite.
Listen, I would just press one. Cheat! Like the spin dash and just like he would lock on. It was the lock on and you
Oh
would just
my
hit
God,
everyone and I'm like, okay, we're good.
Okay.
And I would piss so many people off. It was great.
Oh my god.
But I love playing Sonic, and then my other favorite button was A, because I would taunt everybody.
So my first video game, my first console was the Wii.
Right.
I think my first video game ever was MLB 2K like 2008.
Yeah. Oh my God. My first console was a PlayStation 2, and my first video game on that. This is gonna really bring some nostalgia. Lego Star Wars.
Oh my god, yeah.
Lego Star Wars was
I had a
awesome.
PS2 as well.
My mom and I actually played Lego Star Wars together, but I would consistently kill her. I had a very sadistic mind, so when we were doing
We know. I've read your books.
Why are you looking at the camera? Okay, but anyway, so I would end up, we did the Revenge of the Sith half, the final part.
Yeah.
And my mom and I were supposed to run away from the lava, but I would just keep whacking her with the lightsaber, and she'd be like, "Stop doing that!" And I'm like, die.
Okay, wait. So I had a PS2 as well.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite game to play was me and my nephew. My nephew Charlie, love him, great guy. We would play Nicktoons Unite.
Oh, dude,
I
that's
remember
great.
specifically every time I would take Danny Phantom and Jimmy Neutron, and he would take SpongeBob and Timmy Turner.
God, I miss those old Nicktoons. Universal used to have a ride, the Jimmy Neutron ride at Universal Studios. And so it was like originally it was a Hanna-Barbera ride in the 90s where you would like fly through all the cartoons. But Jimmy Neutron would then be like, you would fly through all the cartoons. It's replaced by Despicable Me now.
Oh.
But originally
I've been on that.
yeah, but the original ride there was Jimmy Neutron.
Oh.
So you would like crash through Jimmy Neutron, SpongeBob, Rugrats. You were going through the 90s. And like I'm thinking like right now, I'm going, man, that was a fun ride.
So I've been to Disney once in my life.
That's
I was
Universal.
yeah, well I did the package.
Oh, the package. What do you mean the package?
Yeah, so when I went, we got access to all 5 Disney parks and Universal.
Oh, you got to Disney and Universal parks. Got
Yeah.
it.
So
Cool.
we went there. I went on the Transformers ride.
Yeah, Universal was great. That's Universal.
I went on that ride 18 times in a row.
Oh,
Because there was no line. It was like a 5-minute wait. And I loved it so much because I used to be a huge Transformers fan.
right.
And so 18 times in a row, I'd get off. I'd get right back on. Get off. Right back on.
I was so Transformers is the same ride as Spider-Man. Like, and they're in the same like park areas.
Yeah,
so it's the same
Spider-Man
ride.
was closed when I went, and I was so
Dude,
disappointed.
Spider-Man's awesome.
You know what else was closed when I went?
What?
The Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park
water ride.
Yeah, the water ride. I was terrified of that as a kid. I would even go on it, and I'd still like it when I got off. But it was always that final fucking drop,
Oh
man.
my god.
80-foot drop, 85-foot drop, straight down. I felt my stomach. I hated that feeling.
Okay, so I'm scared of 2 things, real major.
Yeah.
I'm scared of heights, but I love roller coasters. I love theme parks.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And I'm scared of the dark.
Really?
Yeah, I have a fear of the dark. So we went to Animal Kingdom.
Did you go on Dinosaur?
We went on Expedition Everest.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm
we
sorry.
waited for 3.5 hours. I had no idea what it was. We get there, and I'm sitting in the first seat of the first car.
Yeah.
And we get up to that spot at the end,
With
and
train?
the tracks were broken. I'm sitting there, my 12-year-old brain's like, no. And then I hear the brakes hit, and then it tilts backwards. I go, no. And so we go backwards and stop, and then we're just sitting there in the dark.
Yeah, with the fucking with the Yeti.
The Yeti. I was terrified.
Oh man, fear-wise, I mean, I used to be scared of roller coasters a lot, but things that really scare me. That was deep water.
Ooh.
Deep water, just oh no, I can't.
I think I covered them. I don't like the ocean. Not that I'm afraid of the ocean. Hot take. I just, in general, do not like going to the beach. If you give me the option of going to a beach or going to a pool,
And
I'll
you're
take
Cody
the pool.
And you're fucking Cody Blue.
I know. I mean, it's not that I'm against, like, a little bit. But, like, when we go to vacation, my family goes to the beach every year.
Right.
Which I'm fine with. I'll go to the beach.
Right.
You know what it is? I think I hate sand.
Okay, Anakin Skywalker. I don't like sand. It's coarse.
Hello there.
Oh my god. Those movies are so cheesy, but I love
I
them.
love them. They're so good.
What is it? So, yeah, no. I love the beach. I mean, I love a quiet beach. I don't like being around tourists, you know? Like, and I grew up in Florida, mind you. Like, being a Florida man, I got my own crazy, like, life where it's just... we go to the beach a lot, but, like, Daytona, for example, wouldn't be as packed as, like, Miami. But Daytona's also, like, a decaying beach town where, like, everything is... That's a place where I could see a writer committing suicide.
Back to the writers and suicide again.
I actually wrote a short story about that.
Do I need to call a hotline?
No. Honestly, no.
Oh man. But okay. So you've lived here for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, in upstate New York.
Yeah.
You've been to Six Flags Great Escape, yeah?
Oh my god, that place is so bad. Did you hear they're doing a new roller coaster?
Are they?
Yeah, they're doing a new roller coaster.
Okay, so we have two very different opinions of Six Flags because I love the Great Escape.
Well, I love the Great Escape for like 2 roller coasters.
Wait, what
2
roller
rides.
coasters?
I love the Comet.
Comet's my favorite one.
The Comet's my favorite. So actually, speaking of which, like you did with Transformers, so we went on like we were like, it was freshman year of high school, and they were like, okay, we're gonna go on a trip to Great Escape for the end of the year. So we all get on a bus and go
Where'd
there.
you go again?
Shenandoah.
Oh yeah. So fun fact.
I hate that school.
Our schools were rivals in high school.
I know.
And we were always... Shen always got to do stuff like go to Great Escape.
Yeah.
And our end of year was, hey, you get to witness a car crash.
Oh, that's... You know what? I probably would have preferred that. But
Okay, I gotta go into this really quickly.
okay, go.
So I ran... No, I didn't run it myself. It was a class.
Okay.
But I did a lot for our morning show. We had a morning show to be released every Friday.
Good morning, Bryan.
Good morning, Boston Spa. I'm your host, Bryan Antonor here. Anyways,
oh no. We
So
had
they do this-
Skeletor.
they did this drunk driving thing, right?
Yeah.
That's where they actually they do crash the cars, like while people aren't there.
Like the live action stunt show at MGM
Yeah,
Studios.
like live action. They actually crash the cars, and then they clean it up, and then they put kids from the theater program in the cars, and they do makeup on them and act like they were just in a car crash, and then they actually call the police. Not like the police didn't know about it, and they come, and they arrest the drunk driver, right? And then a medical helicopter comes and lands right there in front of the school for everybody.
No fucking shot. They didn't do that.
Yeah, no, they did. They did. I have footage of it because for the morning show, we were asked to carry around cameras on like a
So I.
stabilization thing. And I remember I walked around and these kids are acting. And you know my thing's trying to get people to break.
Yes.
So I'm like there trying, and I'm just saying little quips, and they're trying so hard while on camera not to break. And then I got put on the task of following the kid being put on the stretcher into the helicopter. Right? And so they bring the kid into the helicopter, and I'm filming, and I'm waiting. And then the guy goes, "You want to get in the helicopter?"
And you're like,
And I just say, and you can hear it on the camera, and I go, "Hell yeah, I do." Right? And so we get in the fucking helicopter.
And you know what you did? You inspired many
Right,
kids
and
that
then-
day to
then I
become
got off,
newscasters.
Right? I got off of it, right?
Yes.
Because I thought, okay,
Yeah.
this was fun being in it,
Yeah.
but I want to get a good shot of this leaving.
Yeah.
Because the helicopter, it actually takes the kid to Saratoga Hospital.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
So you're flying in a helicopter.
So I'm like, I gotta get off. And so I footage of the thing flying away. But yeah. And they actually, no, the craziest part about this is they actually put a kid in a body bag.
Oh no fucking way! I hope he was breathing. Did they
Yeah,
get
no,
him?
there were holes in it. And they put him in the back of an ambulance. And this is the thing. This is the thing that happens
This is
every
how far they
single
go?
year. Every year.
And I thought the new thing that they're doing, I just watched something on the news about vape detectors in the bathrooms at schools.
Oh my god.
So I love the thing where it's like, and there were these two kids talking. It's like these kids were paid to do this. They totally vape. Like these fucking like, oh, we go into the bathrooms and we smell nothing but vape. As athletes, I don't like it. I was like, you vape.
As an athlete, I'm not gonna out anybody,
Yeah.
but like 90% of athletes I know vape.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not one of them because I have really bad asthma, but
There's like this detector in the fucking bathrooms now at like our schools, and if they get like vape going there, the hall monitors get like a buzz on their phone and it says vape detected. It's just like,
all I can think of is people just going in there and it's essentially it's just a smoke alarm.
yes,
And just setting off the smoke alarm and leaving. I can see it now.
it's just vape detected.
So my high school's little claim for fame. We've got 2 things. 3 things, technically. None of them are any good.
Right.
There were so many fights in our school this one month.
Yeah.
Fights were crazy.
Yeah.
They put our resource officer. They took a lifeguard chair from the pool and they set it up in the cafeteria, and our resource officer would sit on top of the lifeguard chair and just stare at everybody.
Shannon had Throwdown Thursdays.
Well, we had fight week, but
Fight week? Well, no, we had Throwdown Thursdays, and it was like
Oh my God,
these two like warring like couples like fighting against each other, and this guy just comes tumbling out, and he's this big stocky dude, and as he's running, I'm like, quick, it's Indiana Jones Boulder, get an autograph before it rolls somebody over.
okay, wait. So we had this one study hall monitor and lunch monitor, and I loved this man. He was so amazing. He was best guy I've known. Right?
Yeah.
Incredible. But the thing with him is he was a former corrections officer.
Oh no.
So he was like, he's actually like combat trained. And he used to work in a prison as a guard.
yeah.
And now he's doing monitor stuff to help with children. And this one kid, shorter than me, he's like 5'2", he's a freshman,
Yeah.
thinks it's a grand idea to run over and sock this guy on the back of the head.
Oh.
And he turns around and he puts his kid in a chokehold and he puts him to sleep.
He's just like, go to sleep.
And
Go to
then
sleep. Shush.
I hated it
Shush.
because he got himself suspended indefinitely.
You know, I got life advice from a SWAT team member.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him at a wine event, and he was like,
Well, that doesn't surprise me that
No.
you're at a wine event.
"No,
You look like the guy that like takes the wine and goes,
oh, that was a rough day. No, that was a rough day. That was the day I came up with my novella Sergeant Snuff.
This tastes notes of cherry.
Oh God, no, yeah.
I can just see you doing
This is a good cheese pairing. So I met the guy, and he's like, "No, yeah, my job kind of sucks. It's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna teach you something in life, kid." And he says, "I do the 3 L's when I walk into a room. There's like dead bodies, brain matter everywhere. I say, look, laugh, and leave."
Look, laugh, and leave.
And I'm like,
Wait,
what? He goes, "Yeah, I had to call, and these people were like all shot up and killed, and we all go in there, and we're just like," and then we leave.
You know what? That seems so crazy to us because we sit here and we're civilians, so we don't have to deal with that shit every day.
Well, yeah, he's like, it's either break down and get mentally disturbed, like, in a bad way, or be humored and have a really bad.
Frankly, mad
sense of humor.
respect to anyone who does that. Putting your life on the line, I have nothing but respect.
But like, he inspired me. Like, that was the night I first did the first 6 pages of Sergeant Snuff. I was working a desk shift. I was hungover that day.
When aren't you hungover?
I'm not here anymore. I don't
Not
drink
anymore.
anymore.
While you were writing this,
Well,
When
when I was
weren't you?
when I was writing Sergeant Snuff, at least I was drunk at least every day. But when we worked on Snuff,
That's why I just see Ty over here staring at us. That's why it's.
oh,
That's why it's
she's
so
trying to
crazy.
hold it in. She's
That
trying
was
not to.
like a line in the book, Look, Laugh, and Leave, and I was like, that's where that's from?
Yes, that's where that's from. Look,
So
laugh, and
fucked
leave.
up.
Yeah, it
Oh my
is.
It's a big line in the book.
And yeah, no, it's
It's
one
a
of my
big line.
it's one of my favorite lines in the entire book. But like, so I was working on it, and that's where the wine event came from. I was writing it during the wine event, because there's a scene at a wine event. That's the first chapter.
Right.
But
Oh my god, try the red.
try the
Try the
red.
red.
Yeah.
That's where
Try
that
the
comes
red.
from.
Yeah, try the red. I was writing. I was late to work that day. The cheese. No,
This is
this is a good cheese pairing. Yeah.
excellent light wine.
So market my.
Aromas of cinnamon.
So I was over at my friend's house that night. We got just absolutely hammered, and I thought I didn't have to work the next day, but apparently I was on a double shift. I get a call at like 6 a.m. and my dad's like, "Where the fuck are you?" And I go, "Oh shit, I work today." And he goes, "Get the fuck back over here now." So here I am. I go straight to work. My stepmom is waiting at the top of the hill, clothes already like this. And I could see her, like, her nasal, like, her nose is fuming. She's flaring up her nostrils. And I'm like, well, I'm in the middle of the savannah and I'm gonna die.
Oh my
And
God.
she goes, get the fuck in there and do your breakfast shift. And I was like, well, this is gonna be the worst day ever. I'm gonna make it the best worst day ever. So I go in and I just have this mental image, like it's a still image. It's like that stays in my head while I'm working. And it's Tony Stark sitting on top of the donut. In Iron Man 2, I was like, what if there's a character that I could create that was just like, that just did not care about their life, did not care about their job, did not care about where they ended up. And I was like, serial killer porn star.
You know what? It feels to me that that is not a step A to step B. That's a step A to B to C to D to E, all the way over to Z.
Step A to
It feels
Z,
like it's
that's-
not a direct.
Well,
link.
I was going through a lot of things at the time, and then I drove down to Florida with my grandfather, and unfortunately, we were getting lost, and poor man. I'm driving him in my Honda Odyssey, that's breaking down.
Oh God! So, I was wondering if we could get a picture of the car.
No.
Okay,
no.
even if we can't, I
I blame my roommate for having
There
to pull the
is
fucking
a
door off.
line
but I love
of.
him.
I just want to picture this. There's a line of duct tape taping the door.
Still there.
It's still there right now. So you know what side not to open.
Shush.
Because if you open that door,
It's just
never
gonna fall
close.
apart. And look, he's staring at me right now, shaking his head. Thank you, gentleman Jack. He's saluting. He went to go open it for his partner, and it just stayed open and wouldn't close. It's pouring rain outside. And so I get a little angry, right? I'm like,
I got a little angry.
and I was like, you fucking asshole. And I pull the fucking door off, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my God! Wait, it's so random. You just reminded me of that scene from GTA 5.
Yes.
So I wanted a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. And
Yes, I do remember that.
did you kill him? No. What kind of animal do you take me for? I didn't kill him, but I kidnapped his wife.
Oh man, no, that still gets me. Gentleman Jack, I love him. Love you, buddy.
Jack. You know, Gentleman Jack is the name of a wrestler who's in WWE.
Really?
Oh my God. I need to show you a picture of this later. I might pull up one shortly. It's Gentleman Jack Gallagher. He had the mustache that went like this, and his whole gimmick was like he was a good Englishman, like a gentleman.
Right.
And he would come out with an umbrella. And my favorite moment with him was during the Royal Rumble, where he hit Chris Jericho in the balls with the umbrella, and then he opened it
No. Ow.
in front of him, and
Hurt.
Jericho's just like,
Ooh.
and then with the open umbrella in front of Jericho, he just starts spinning it.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God.
No, thinking of those mustaches, I just had the Titanic pop in my brain. because that's the kind of mustache like I imagine like
Oh my
at that
God.
era, like those type of people, you know, they get drunk, they're having a great time, they style up their mustaches and they're on a boat that
Oh my
sinks.
God. So, funniest stories. This guy, he writes a horror story, and it's chosen to be read.
Oh yeah, here we go.
To reading. And he asked me and a couple other friends to come, and I'm like, absolutely. And so, you know, I'm listening, and I get nightmares very easily, right? And so we come back. It's called The Violinist. You know, it's violin music at night outside. That's where the that's
A
what.
phantom violinist.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. So I'm laying there in bed, staying over at his house, and I'm trying to sleep, and this motherfucker goes, "I'm gonna play some music to fall asleep."
And it's a
And
Titanic
it's
ambience.
Titanic violin. And then I look outside, and my nighttime paranoia is going crazy. And I think I see a figure outside. And so I jump back and trip over him. And I'm like, no.
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 No
Turn that
music.
off.
You sit here and you sleep in silence.
And I'm like, but the violin, it's so nice.
No.
Titanic.
He listens to the creepiest music, and it lulls him to sleep.
I listen to scary stories now. I like 10 hours of like horrifying true stories.
What?
It's like a lullaby. It's Tales for the Break Room. I love that podcast.
No, it's funny. I watch playthroughs of Super Mario Bros. Wii to fall asleep.
Can I just say that game pisses me off more than any game in the world.
So we're gonna play it on retroactive salvage.
On Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah! When the Macho Man gets his hands on you at WrestleMania, he's gonna slap you in half like a Slim Jim. Oh yeah!
Okay, Mr. Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah. Well.
All right. Well, it seems that that's about our time. So,
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank you,
staying with
guys.
us. I'm Bryan Antonor.
I'm Joshua Mayer, and thank you for stopping by at Reality 17. We hope you find yourself in this side of the universe sometime again soon.
Have a good one.
Have a nice one.
That was the end.
I know.
That was. You wanna fade it out?
Yeah, like you said, like
Oh,
10
damn,
seconds
that
of
sucks.
silence at the end.
Oh, we can sit here in silence.
Well, it's too late now.
Go.
Sorry, I'm laughing at that. Really, we can be silent now.
Okay.
By
You
the
guys
way-
are not being silent. We have to let it sit out.
Oh my God! Wait, that'd be so.
By the way,